I mean, I don't have a responsible mother enough who loves me enough, who cares for me enough for me to be like, Mama, I just killed a dude here. I put a gun against his crazy head and then pulled the trigger and now the bugger is in the ground. And Mama, they took away my entire life and now I've gone and thrown the rest of my future away. Mama, I don't wanna die. That's why I had to kill him, because he was gonna kill me first. Listen, I made the first move. I ain't got no mama to be calling. I ain't got nobody, so I gotta protect myself. These ladies be out here calling mama, mama, mama. Y'all got responsible mamas. You can call your mama, who'll then come here and clean up the dirt, call the police, and vagashala you up beksuke jail etanyan. I don't have loving family. I don't have responsible family. Hanka wala mona, they're gonna be like, you on your own now. Since you killed a man in Central Station in front of an entire crowd. I'm anybody's son, and the only way that that's going to be maintained as a reality. You know how Cindy Mankela, after she killed Flava, how when she was getting carried around from court to the Anayako court thing, her sister was there, her mother was there, her family. I don't got nobody to call that's gonna have my back. I'm living here all by myself. I lean on no one but God, and He's got commandments that I gotta follow. I'm not gonna be shooting no man down, because in the commandments of my God, I'm not allowed to murder. So if at all, I know Uguti Indota is gonna pass away at my uneasy hands. Yo, just to avoid all that murder, I'm just gonna avoid all these dudes. But I'm mad now. There are nights when the wind was so cold, and I figured that I'm gonna get back together with an ex-boyfriend that don't make no sense. There were nights when the wind was so cruel, and so I decided that my ex-boyfriend is gonna actually make sense in my life forever. But you were history with the slamming of the door, and I never thought I'd ever get together with you. You were high, but now I realize that I need you from now to today and tomorrow and forever then. But then you touched me like this, and then you handled me with a witchcraft corobella spice one just and so because of all that, it is all coming back to me. When you handled me, God declared, I was like, but like, how can I ignore my baby? Even though it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. I'm funny but right now I feel like he's a flash of light. There were moments of purest pleasure, and now I don't know what to do with myself. Oh, baby, you the one yet again. I'm gonna love you. Don't bother. That broke me. It got a bad. I'm not gonna treat that like I'm nonsense, but hey, it's all coming back to me now. Heaven. I'm gonna see you where they're coming from. I'm repeating myself again. I saw your ministry yesterday, Carabo, and then memories rushed through my brain, Carabo. It's starting to hit me. Now that I married wrong, I realize I made a mistake. I thought that I needed to marry for clout, but I just let love go to waste by passing you up. But now it's so crystal clear now. I need you here now. I gotta get you in my life today. And this time I want it all. This time I'm gonna be better and not so classist. You're everything that I need. This time it's all of me, because after you divorce your wife, I hit the bar every night. Cause Kalaon's only carnal, looking to score a good time. Mara dololo, haona mosadi, haona ntlo e warm, ona le madombolo for dinner, a wa rekileng ko kasing, that you went to go chisa nyameng lo jo no bojwala le bana ba nyetseng, and now they're in their houses, and now you're in your cold apartment, ya one bed. Or ya 2 bed, and nang di twice bana mo fatshe that you couldn't handle when they were here last weekend. I left empty-handed. God barenya thing. O batla onka side chick mistress. Mara it wasn't working because you didn't take anyone home because don't nobody compare. O batla karabo because mosadi wa batla karabo because mosadi wa haho hadi gene khalenze lwana and hape o mo qhethetse ka di STJ. Left empty-handed. I didn't plan it. I'm still alone in my mind. Now what can I do to feel right? Can I come see you tonight? Is there someone new now? Cause I need you here now. I gotta get you by my side. This time I want it all. Hey, bana, we took your weekends at John Legend. Cause lo muntu ex-wife. Ukhathele lo muntu impilo nje fela that he lived. Mara, it's not that ukhathetse ka ex-wife. Ex-wife yona ikhathetse. I should always bring just one part of the story, one side of the equation, and then they conveniently neglect to highlight the other one. That is the fact that umfazi wakhona naye ukhathele ure. So sabatla go bidela I get about that gold digger bangana for cloud to basadi that would never have been with them if at all they ain't got no dome. Walla 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 wah. Baby, when I used to love you, there was nothing that I wouldn't do. I went through the fire for you, gold digger, anything you asked me to. But I'm tired of living this lie. It's getting harder to justify. I realize that I just don't love you, not like I used to. But I like Karabo. Hey, what would you do if you knew the truth? Oh, what would you do if I held your hand and laid you down? Would you find me overly familiar towards you? Would you call me cruise and me a statue to burn? What do I do with all these feelings holding me back inside? What do I do with all these precious hours dreaming of you and I? And then Garabo's like, wah. And then comes out one thing in my not like I used to. Getting tired of living this life, getting harder to justify. I realize that I just don't love you. Not like Papa, this dude. Get John Legend. Wait, get one lady fill out the plot. Later in my ballad. I get them about the Karabo, I love peanuts snacks. What I got to be peanuts snacks. And for you, stolen moments I've been with my baby. I can't keep my grubby paws off him, even though he's married. I just crawl and I touch and I stroke and I hug. 'Cause he's everything I ever wanted in a man. Oh, I'm saving all my love for you. Hey, he's mine, he's my Jabu, even though he's divorcing. Because he is interested in me like before. I'll ignore that he's married and pretend she's the issue, and that what I'm doing here is not problematic. Yeah, 'cause I'm saving all my love for you. I'm saving all my love as a single woman that's never been married. Or a married man. As we lay, we can forget about tomorrow as we lay. So it's a naked Kilo ito ba sa Jeso? Ngempela. If I could forget him, oh, I would. Please believe in me. And I know that I should throw the towel in, but Jesus, it's not that easy. You treat me so much better than this married man. And if I was sane, there'd be no competition. But I'm in love with a married man. Hey, I'm in love with this married guy. And there's nothing that I can do about my feelings, God, because my heart what it wants, but you, Jesus, took forever to answer my prayers. Oh Lord, but when I'm with him, I can't do nothing but love my married man. Hey, blood, I gotta be singing about love to a married guy. Ooh, I never need no get money, no get rubbish. Ipile madlanga rena le ma pickle ya for fun. Rubbish. In all its strength's a paraffin, and it's giving itself steam like you're not barfing a day. Rubbish, ipile, but you all clay. Garete bajo jive lance in only 2 left feet. Rubbish. My figure I am kakweni le rubbish ends or whatever the rubbish wanna be doing. And basically expect to your stony pale. Rubbish. Ooh, rubbish in my stripes like Ichita, but very, very fast. Or like a tiger. Rubbish, my figure I am kakweni young chencha in mind. Cause le rubbish iazi ubuda gati. Le rubbish mind to lile minangiazi kosha. Le rubbish my lana estratini minangiazi libaler. Le rubbish my easy pile amanda minangiba very weak. Le rubbish, aye. He rubbish your nonsense. He rubbish your stop nonsense. He rubbish eti uzotata whatever I say. He rubbish yogu foster yogu esha. Le rubbish in a mantra. It's strong like the hell. Gets big and green and ugly when it's mad. Rubbish is angry at me for rejecting it, cause I don't want to be singing self-blog tango buggers. You ain't safe in my life. I am too angry to be with some bugger. Kikwatile guys, and I'm trying to protect you from myself. Cause I'm telling you right now, premeditated, passionate. In the heat of a fight or argument, no, I would wait for you to sleep and then stab you in your sleep like Jael after driving a tent peg into a brother's head. Into Sisera. I kill you like Jael killed Sisera. Dead as a doornail. Sprinkle maybe a little bit of a tranquilizer in your wine. Because I can cut with my knife. You're gonna overpower me. After all, you're a man. I get. Yeah. So I put a tranquilizer in your drink. Mara orange juice. It tastes like korenza, so you're not gonna pick it up. Like a like istop. And singers labo khona mo. For a man that doesn't snore. Yeah. Nothing looking like what I asked for in prayer. On top of that. Best in your tata eat 10 amount of 10 peg and gua in the center of your brain. Mamela right here in your temple. And you next thing you're in eternity. Hey, where am I? Hey, oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Because you'll be going to Hades, would you not? Oh, adulterer. So I guess I need the bathroom. I bought a new cup of coffee. And I'm relieved and it feels great. I sipped too much because I thought it was like my old cup of coffee. And so because I sipped too much, it burned me alive. It burned me inside. It incinerated me like I was blind. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna sing to get rid of suicide. Because when I was talking they go to the drink board, but I spend the email is in traveling to Malawi and back to go and get some very elaborate witchcraft. Finally people like Hadi sangoma tseko left disa sebetsi ba kotsa ko right. Hadi sangoma tseko dimo disa sebetsi ba kotsa ko down stairs. Hadi sangoma tseko left disa sebetsi ke se kitchen left right start diagonal northwest dia ko southwest or southeast. Ebanda. Zibizela zinja njengomkokotelwa. Zibizela zinja njengomangumkokotelwa. Sebagibele amapasi aya esihokweni ilamakokotelwa. Sebagibele amapasi kodwa bahumkokotelwa. Thinking they're going to heaven. Bafuna kuluma amanga batibona ngabazalwane. Bazongijuba bangijube bangikhohlekise. Abafazi bayabasiza bonke bayathakatha. Bonke bahlangene bayesihokweni kodwa bayumkokotelo. Lezinja zibogile emzansi wethu zifuna abogel abaregular abazithandayo ukuthi bazikhohlekise bayochata amachatafied madoda. Sithakathwa ngabocherry abenye nama itsego. Bahlala baduba bafuduwa phamkwe coldrin indlela. Akuna self-respect da lezinja zigcwele ngomkokotelo wa. Yeah, I got my own remake. Mekokotela ibhizi ikensedi pikoko. Mina ngihamba nawe married man. Mina ngihamba nawe married man. Njengoba uzenzi pikoko married man. Mina ngihamba nawe ntatachatile. Ngoba uzenze pikoko married man. Uzienze pikoko married man. Uzienze pikoko married man. So mina ngizohamba naye mchati. Ngoba uzienze pikoko married man. Mina ngihamba nawe booty. Ngoba uzienze pikoko booty. Uzienze pikoko lenja. Izienze pikoko upopi. Mina ngiyohamba nesihokwane popi. Ezienze pikoko upopi. Ngizohamba nenja popi. Izienze pikoko. After ruining his wife's life, so lenja le ecanguthi mina ngizohamba nayo inaye guys. As you know, the only thought that I have about this guy, that's got a litany of STDs and he keeps getting more and more, is that he's already got so many STDs that akasa spice kelem se condom. Asana taba. We just don't go to fela di antibiotics di enye aksametara. So where he critters them and where he collects them, akuna ndaba. Wonke umuntu ngamgaqweni maka complainer. So what? Because after all, the first person to infect me made me botlapa nje fela ba go tsholla di STD tse dingata ke lo koleka tse ding go batho lo muntu lona ama mutations angaziwa nje fela asabele athokafala nje fela from how sick he is mara obatla karaba. Mina ngihamba naye lo booty ngoba uzienze ipikoko lo booty uzienze ipikoko and uyasizwa hure obatla letsatsi letlo fita. Not just him, there's hey guys, I'm not being pursued by just one little married idiot. A few bangbatla abanye are not so much interested in leaving their wives. They just want me to feel like lo checker in Toronto then ke batla ubina kopo bina fe angifuna ukhuluma. I just want to bina bangbatla as isa ba batla go nna ke tlo re ko mosading. Those who want to leave abafazi bakhona abafra abanarna. Not all the women are nonsense ne kunabanye are very innocent shem nyabazweni banye tse di paniki tse ding tsa nonsense tsa kankrapa mara kunabanye aba deserve la madoda khona. Whoa, especially considering kaze udliseleni indoda ukuthi ichade gela. Didn't you expect ukuthi the day would come when he would become a pest on Karabo's hair and try to sip herby coffee from Karabo's cup? Njengoma udlise indoda. Why didn't you expect ukuthi le ndoda one day is going to be scratching at my toes like a rodent infestation? Why didn't you expect ukuthi igama le ilanga lizofika when lenja le would be irritating me even though I'm like angisby? When men get married, especially when they feel trapped. Yes, like they lose the cool that they used to have before they got married. How chill, collected, kept together they used to be when it comes to hollering at chicks. You know how they would keep themselves like on some after they get married, tactless. Hello nice, hello nice. They slow down next to every chick that ought to be walking back home from school. Hey, when your man is like that, just slowing down his Mercedes, I wind that down window, school uniform. Self-control, self-respect. They are not who they used to be before they got married. Because now that they are married to Abafazi, and then they meet Abokarabo and they harass. Booty. 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 How put into it? How does it say? With all its plumage over there. Booty. Booty. Oh, booty, we keep Pikoko. Pikoko here was strutting. It's strutting its feathers. Basically, Pikoko it mean I need to go and say to other women, because I'm lady. I got to share Cheria school uniform mo because I keep Jordan I'm too young. Marabako Paralekaboko YouTube. I shall let the cherry that the tunic that the blazers that the bacania. The diet Milalanga by Ham. Oshara girl in school uniform, and then he meets a 41-year-old woman on the internet named Karab, just as good as the chick in school uniform. Oh, I got a weekend. I got to obsess. Yo, dog. I expect our ne, Mona Obatlang Museum side with thing for na, or Ketlana, getting a cockpit, or Twanaga Jerry's. Oh, Twanaga Jerry's in Nalam said what thing. Make it a guana. Woman to woman. I'm gonna say this thing just once, girl, this here is my man. It's just how we do. Woman to woman. Maybe even Gadi die. After all, does he not like them from high school? Listen here, coming from a middle-aged lady, you little child that married up with Madrasa even though you were just 18. He's my man now. And it's how we do. Woman to girl, seeing as you so little, I'ma tell you just this once later. That boy over there, he's gonna take care of me, not you. Since both of us are dependent on our parents, but you 18 and I'm 41. I need him more than you, plus he's more my age than you. You better go back to your peers now with your litany of STDs, because even those STDs are mine too. I'm possessive over them too, cause what's his is mine. But you silly little girl, better walk away from my man. Yeah, like a long time, one now 18 years old that's got a cornucopia of STD, so she feels like she needs to marry the guy that gave them to her. Right next to Karab. Cheers. Amen. Mabatla nna go tlota Vaseline. Ke loko go tama monyako wa cherry after ke tshasa vase ke kata o itlobetsa. Ke kata o iphatsimisa. Ke kata go apara face beat engwe ya mhlabo. Hey wena, yanhlangisa. Wazalana ngizokutshela indaba zakho. Anginandaba if you've got a reverse ya mhlaba, because that's my man. I got that we clobetsa tobi. Ke loko kota ko monyako wa cheeky. Kwe. Kemaso. Still chewing on some rosemary. Yeah, cause it's saying bubblegum, it's rosemary. And I'm just like hanging there. Just hanging. Abasa buli first time. Beke khutle. Kwe. Karing. Koko karing. Or in this time maybe hard. Not you. Beke ploma so happy. Hey. Yeah. Yeah, man, take chewa rosemary and kara get chepis. Chere buli. That's why bamo dampile. Hana ditse. Beke khutla this time make ga. Then both rings, both hands. That doesn't get the ring. Beke kokota gatso. Beke ploma so vie. So beke like a sister girl. I know you don't understand, but you're gonna have to understand. He's my man. Now, what you had is gone. I think it's sweet. I think is stronger than any lie you can tell on me. He knows my heart, and that's the start. Your roots are dug up, so you might as well give up. I see you for what you is. You can't handle the truth, so I'ma handle you. Got a Jeremy until you let go of my man. You're getting in the way of what I'm feeling. You're getting in my way, in the way of what I'm feeling. Why are you standing there, acting like I ain't kind? I gave you time to walk away from my baby, but you ain't feeling it, so I'ma handle you. Grab this wig, take it off, and get me some Vaseline. You're getting in the way of what I'm feeling. Wah. You're getting in my way, the way of what I'm feeling. Over our tea at Long Fang DST Day 7 in 1 year. My hickey busy sister girl. I know you don't understand, but you're gonna have to understand. He's my man now. You know he was your man back then. What you had is gone. I think it's sweet. I think it's stronger than any shut up. Cheers. Amen. I don't know what to do. Yes, I don't know what's going on. Y'all are killing women. Mara, those of you who are involved in the occult, you kill them with witchcraft. And then they die, but then there are those that don't die because either God is protecting them or in and of themselves they're born again. Because there's some people that God protects whether or not they're saved because he's got a future mission for them. Witchcraft doesn't always work because God is the one that's in control of everything that hits everyone. That's why South Africa is not falling apart from it. That's why there's still anyone employed at all in this country. Otherwise, if witchcraft did its rounds, it's full work, Hashem. Yeah guys, no one would work, no one would stay employed, no one would have children, no one would get married. So seeing as there's so many married people in this country, seeing as there's so many people with children and careers and why go skuti imiti no I sebenzi all the time, all the way. Mara nishubile la him God going. Did nonsense the rubbish? I feel like I'm losing my train of thought. Mara langza malankuta, and all I can do is sing. Like that's what makes me feel a little bit better. Mamela, I survive your witchcraft spell. Yeah, that's what I was talking about before I lost my train of thought. I survive your spells. Ne? If at all resurrection was a thing, if at all the human race, if you killed a person, you had to go extra miles in a place where they couldn't come back for air or stay dead. If human beings were like cats and they had 9 lives. I know cats don't have 9 lives, but you get my point. If they like could just keep on bouncing back, and there's so many ways. Like if people functioned like a game, like Mario, like a video game, and they have 5 lives, like Candy Crush. Hey, you tell me if at all people had 5 lives. Like in the game of Candy Crush. If at all somebody killed you and you watched them killing you, you're bleeding, and you see yourself, like you see this person standing over your body and the spirit leaving you, and then like a game of Candy Crush, replay, a game of Mario, replay, go back to the starting point. You've got a new life, but 1 life is gone, and you've got 4 lives left, 3 lives left, 2 left. Would you date the person that tried to kill you? Would you date the person that tried to kill you? That took away 1 of your lives? No, I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? Yo, guys, I've got a spiritual gifting. I'm like a Mario that loses a game that comes back to play again from scratch. Leveling up. Like Sierra, and then I get shot by like some bazooka, and then I go back to scratch, and then I see this guy with a bazooka again. Man, this time instead of a bazooka, he's got flowers. What I'm sorry, what thing? He wants me to sing his wife, sister girl. I know you don't understand, but you're gonna have to understand. He's my man. Hi, this is Barbara. Am I speaking to Carol? I just want to let you know that the man you've been talking to, that's my man. They even make songs about it. Women are so down. What I'm not doing is like Carol as Barbara. That's my man. Like listen, he bazookaed me and I had to return to square one. How many YouTube channels have I moved from? Just trying to run away from murderous psychopaths. And there's one in particular that is so hectic that he's changed his strategy. What I'll pretend like imzalwane. Hey bachon, lendo me peti bazooka manju upeta ma roses. And then he wants me to be like, even though I've moved from YouTube channel to YouTube channel, just like my ex-boyfriend as well, who belongs to cults that are able to see my content. Because he belongs to a very serious cult that can give him access to my life. One time I got a vision where he was being told by his people, well, now you don't get to try on her because you used to date her. My ex wants me to sing him. I heard from a friend today, and she said you were in town. And suddenly the memories came back to me in my mind. How could I let go of someone so wonderful time and time again. But I've never been in love like him, and I want to be in love again. Bam, 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 bam. I didn't know what to do with this, and so I decided that I'm gonna give it a try. Even though he's shot me 3 times with just a little kiss. 3 times my ex-boyfriend tried to kill me with the witchcraft. But here we are alone again. Didn't think it'd come to this. Good intentions, you had many. I know you did. It's just that you went into sorcery and then hurt me all these years. I never died, so I guess it's okay. Water under the bridge. Dig it out of day. Making love to you, oh, it feels so good and so right. I could not remember how it was, but now I know it's good. This is where I am supposed to be again. Dang, 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 dang. Here I am again, hanging with my ex. Making love to you, oh, it feels so good and so right. It was always you, dude. Really? It was always you, baby. I don't know why we broke up. You also married the lady that was the rival that you used to cheat on me with. And now that you're divorcing her, I'm gonna be second best to her. But it's okay, 'cause I've never loved like this, and I wanna love again. I'm getting back together with the guy that tried to kill me 3 times, but it's okay, 'cause in Christ we forgive. Come back into my life, 'cause baby, it's always been you. Hold me, say it just one time, say you love me. Remind me that it's always been you and me together again, baby, my boo. Papa Filipina again. Kikita Janet Jackson di Tupac ko, poetic justice. I don't wanna fall in love with you and then get hurt again. But it's okay, my baby, 'cause now I'm all grown up as a middle-aged man. I've made my mistakes, I've made my babies, I've done it all. But now I'm gonna fall in love again. And they get a comment that Cherry ain't commenting at first. The chick that passed you shade didn't want to date you. When we were together, you were cheating on me with her. And then you went and married her. And now I'm gonna be like, I told you it's always been me. Then I make it a grand sister girl. I know you don't understand, but you're gonna have to understand. He's my man. Yeah, what you had is gone. I think it's sweet. I think it's stronger than any love. You can tell me. He knows. Listen, time I'm getting back together with a guy like you wouldn't, right? And yet I'm expected to either get back with an ex, anything. Fornicate. Hey, give back to that try to kill me. Like, because they're trying to make me all love thirsty, thirst trap me. Yeah, nobody loves you, not even your mom. Nobody cares. Yeah, they're gonna all just buy their Christmas presents and live their lives all up in front of you, and you're gonna have no love. And then make me end up singing. Yeah, Mary J. I told you I'm not singing, though I didn't expect to sing these songs. I want to sing these. I ain't got nothing else but singing all up. Like, I can't do nothing but. Nothing but. They want to thirst. They're trying to thirst trap me so heavy. I'm gonna be out here hanging out. You do things just like you do things on some and time on my head since you've been away, but I ain't got no plans. No. Ooh. And the sound of the rain against my window pane is slowly driving me insane. But I'm going down. I'm going down. Since you ain't around, baby, the whole world's upside down. Sleep don't come easy, and boy, please believe me, since you've been gone. Everything's going wrong. Why'd you have to say goodbye? Look what you've done to me. I can't stop these tears from falling from my eyes. Ooh, baby, I'm going down. I'm going down. Since you ain't around, my baby, my whole world's upside down. Ooh, baby love, I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down. Hey, baby. Ooh, I'm going down. I'm going down. 'Cause you've thirst trapped me and made me so lonely and taken away family. You've taken away friends. I don't have a YouTube channel. I've got nothing. Oh, baby love, I don't want to be down. I don't want to be down. Oh, please believe me, baby. I'm so sorry, 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 sorry. What did I do wrong? I say, what did I do wrong? But now I can apologize to some Buddha as well. I'm so sorry, 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 sorry. I just wanted to preach the gospel. I just wanted to evangelize. I'm sorry for dissing you and saying when I look panjani. I'm sorry for saying that you've got a litany of STDs. I'm sorry for saying that you are nonsense. I'm sorry for calling you a sea animal. I'm sorry for calling you an ugly bird. I'm so sorry, sorry, sorry. Sorry. What did I do wrong? I just wanted a life. I said, what did I do wrong? Oh, please believe me, baby. Going down. Going down. I'm going down. Hey. Ooh, I'm going. Thirst trap me until I be singing I'm going down. Make my whole world turn misty blue. Hada shore din sang mo. Eva took this arrogant killing me because ni kipi level. You heard I sang a good song. You heard I lured a crowd, and so you came to listen to my content out of curiosity and listen for a while. That's and there she was, that weird Christian lady, a stranger to my eyes, but I liked her so much that I cursed her one time. Then she started to speak against me 2 times, and now she's killing me softly with her words. She's killing me softly with her words, tearing my whole life with her song. She's killing me softly, 'cause she's Jael. After driving a tent peg into the head of Sisera, as she came all flushed with fever, upset at Bobby Ball. And so she came to diss him, and then he saw it fit to try and kill her. When then it became clear that she keeps on rising, he tried again and again. Can't bring her down, though they're trying. one dab. They keep on slicing and dicing 2 dabs and killing her all day with their magic, but they can't get nowhere. Marabazama, and they can't do it. So bamu fraza guide eyes. Whoa, wanna waba to go eyes. Took all day dealing with witchcraft, suicide curses. Cause Habatlukoma married me. Why? Hurting her with pain, but she keeps singing her life in Christ. No one can bring her low. Marabazama. Non-song. You be out here hurting a sister for refusing to date a brother. It's giving South Africa. GBV, what you really want? What you really want is just GBV all the day long. It's just all the day long. And your gender-based violence, what you really want? What you really want? We kill when we don't get what we want. What you really want? What you really want? I said GBV. Yeah. GBV all the day long. You be killing a lady. You be killing a sister. You be killing a baby. You be killing a bumblebee. You be murdering her. You be insistent, but you are not gonna get anywhere. As I was busy preparing to get this message out, was because there are some ambitions. Listen, I told you, my husband. White man from the US. So I can never sing this song to a white man from the US unless I interpret the lyrics to him, because I'm trying to be romantic or whatever. Therefore, that was the Lord showing me only some idiots or coming out of nowhere, just some bat out of hell, only person out here gazing at my content, only 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 people looking at my content. I got from out there. Inside cults, men that belong to cults. These Sangometa Swabiling, these Satanets South Africa. They're looking at me. Some of them are international. From the US, listen, it's a cult, an interwoven one made up of a whole chunk of people from different nations. That's the reason why even the US is presently freaking ignoring me. Because when I'm about to working in cults that are trying to make doubly sure that whatever intervention can come into my life does not come in. And so being looked at by international men and national men that belong to these cults, I could never ever sing this song to anyone in my tongue and it be truly my husband. Because I would have to interpret it first and foremost, because Kipinaya Zulu. And for me, it's like if I'm singing a Zulu song, celebrating this love, for sure it's a Zulu man, baga. I'm not marrying a black man, not because I don't want one, but because that's who God showed me. I'm not marrying a black man, and especially not one from South Africa. So what is with me hearing Pina Ele, the spirit brought her back. I used to love it. Lyrics. They go a little something like gangs of instrumentals. Lord, please don't let it elude me. Bring it back. Bring it back. How does it go? Yeah, got it. Father of my baby, you are the love of my life, baby. Remember that song? That's all I can remember. I can't remember anything else because I used to love it. The Chikwako gangs of instrumentals used to go to my high school. So I was like, whoa, congratulations. They had a pretty impressive band over there. They actually killed it in the country. I used to love that song with everything in my bones, but now I can't lyrics except for those lyrics. Zabuya, bubbling like a brook. Just before I started preparing here, you've got ambitions. You have romanticized pain, dog. Like you've made it romantic. You are trying to orchestrate a rescue out of a very sorrowful situation of umfazi, just inappropriate response to excruciating pain. A woman that you have put on the precipice of suicide because she won't date you. You think you're romantic. You think you're romantic. You think you are. This is you think that this whole thing is you're pleasure seeking, man. Like you're hedonistic. You think it's beautiful to come here and wipe the tears of a woman that almost committed suicide. A woman that nearly died. Elori, you put her in a position to die. Like the fact that you men that are doing this elevate black men in particular. This level of suffering in women. The fact that you think it's romantic to debilitate a woman with so much pain that also gonna attach whatever it is that you have to offer. Pain for a woman's pain You lack what we call empathy, you idiot. You're a sociopath. You're a psychopath. You are a deviant in society. You are a sadist. If at all you plan a woman's excruciating pain so you can rock up with your freaking bandages and your ointments and your stitches and your scalpels and your surgery tools and your whatever, so you can come and operate on the very body you put in a very heinous accident. Or perpetually grateful to you. Father of my baby. You also fetishize my pregnancy. Oh yes, like just the prospect of putting a baby in my stomach gets you off, yo. Like, I don't know what it is about y'all putting babies in women's stomachs when you want to pin them down and when you want to lay claim to that as a property. It's like marking her with a hot iron, the way that slaves are marked with a hot iron or a tattoo, to say that this here belongs to this particular slave master. This slave, if at all it is to run out there, it must always be remembered that it belongs, because it's not so much a he or a she now, it's just an it. It belongs to this particular slave master. So if we find the slave just hovering around in the streets out there, it must be restored to this particular master, because this is his emblem. This is his coat of arms. This is what he identifies his household as. Therefore, if we find this brandished slave just hopping around looking like a free man, as soon as we see that tattoo or that hot iron mark, the slave must be restored to where it is that we know it belongs to. Pregnancy to women, when you have no respect, no reverence, no love for God. Pregnancy of women brandishes us like that. Basadi, I feel sorry for you, but at the same time, because you have facilitated this thing. You help them. And so because you help them, as much as I should, I don't have as much empathy towards you as I should, or even sympathy, because I can actually relate. I don't have it because of the fact that bantatile nani and put babies in your stomachs, and during the time when you were busy making out with them, having sex, they acted like they were gonna love you, and then there was a baby in your stomach, and next thing he acts all awry. It's the weirdest thing that happens, especially in the black community out here with this baby daddy culture. They put babies in women's stomachs. It was a long-term relationship. It happened with my mom. That's how my little sister came on board. Baby daddy thing, who's now late, her dad did that same thing. I was with my mom all those years, and then my mom fell pregnant, and he went so freaking awry. He went awry, and when she was pregnant, they broke up and never got back together. But it was now time for him to leave. He was okay now. Once he had branded my mom with my little sister, you just are nothing but a slave to them. Like you are, like he will treat you well until he will treat you well, and it'll look like this is going to result in a marriage or something. Sense until there's a baby in your stomach. That's why there is this epidemic of baby mamahood in the black community. Maybe black women are just dumb enough to just keep giving boyfriends babies and never marry them, or there is an actual anticipation that this is stable, it's steady, it makes sense, and then you fall pregnant, and like somewhere in the pregnancy, yeah, break up, and then this guy's like, okay, damages, and I'll take care of my son or my daughter, and this chick is just like angry now. It's like she doesn't, what in the world? I have the brazen audacity every so often to say, they then say that this chick trapped me with a child, but listen, she had good cause. A lot of times women are not just gonna, yes, there are those one night stands that fall pregnant irresponsibly. Indeed, and indeed, there are also women that are trying to trap guys, truly, because it does happen. And there are also relationships where go irresponsible and people are out here fornicating, and so somebody falls pregnant unexpectedly for pregnancy to happen. But in some cases, and this chick is chilling in such a comfortable relationship that she thinks that if I fall pregnant, this guy's obviously gonna marry me. And then listen, you date for 2.5 years, and after the first trimester of your pregnancy, within the first trimester of that pregnancy, the breakup happens. It happened with my mom. The breakup happens, but the guy stays around. He's there at the hospital when the baby's delivered. And nan formula, nesta purity, di Vaseline, di Bepanthen, di baby bum gel, di dam, di pacifier, di toys. Mara hatleka pelo, hatleka lerato, hatleka magadi, hatleka nexi. And now when I'm avoiding fornication, labafasi are sitting around waiting for me to freaking die because they've been brandished like slaves. Some other chick in the future that only gave him a child, and then only enough to stick around and to be there during pregnancies and everything. Fornication. For a woman to give a guy a child, a lot of times they had to have been utando, an exchanging of pleasantries, where it is that people are like, I love you too. There tends to have been I love you too. Enough for this chick to feel comfortable. That's the thing about fornication. Do you see all over the streets?